You know who that? I don't know. You do you like football?
Football enthusiast. Is
Okay.
that not Victor Osimhen?
Yeah, that's Victor Osimhen. I don't. I'm not a football. No, I'm not a foot. I don't even watch it. That's just the truth. I'm not a football fan.
You are for wrestling,
Yeah,
wrestling,
mine are wrestling. A
which
sort of.
I which I hate, which I hate very much.
All right, that was everybody. It's a popular guy. I didn't. I know some of these footballers. Some of them I remember their names. I don't whatever, but I don't watch. I don't watch. That's just the truth. So, but what attracted me to that was something. I don't know. Uh, what attracted me to that video was something that actually got me emotional. I watched this guy. If you see that arena, the entire arena is not it's not a Nigerian setup. There are, I think it should be. I don't know if it's in the Europe. I should be Europe. One of the.
It's Turkey.
Oh, okay, Turkey. Okay, all right. It's yeah. That's you can see how the entire environment you barely see sight any black person there. So it's an environment that is far from the Nigerian or African environment. Now, what happened there was, I don't know who handed him that flag. That was Nigerian flag. Victor Osimhen sighted the Nigerian flag in the public. Somebody was waving or whatever, and he walked close to the person for the person to hand over the flag to him. The person handed the Nigerian flag to him, and he did a kind of trade by barter by pulling his jersey and gave the guy as a gift. Barrister, that got me emotional. You see, it is one thing to be in Nigeria and be proud of my nation, proud of Nigeria. But another thing to be in an environment that being proud of Nigeria is not popular. So it takes a man of courage, a man of patriotism, to actually do what Victor Osimhen did. Honestly, I got captivated by his action. He was even in the midst in a strange land. He found himself being proud of Nigeria, as corrupt, as bad imaged as Nigeria is. He still is proud of his fatherland. And just like we do here, wherever I find myself, I am always primarily in this environment. Anywhere they ask me, we have a kind of bad reputation here, but anywhere I find myself, I can say I'm a US citizen, I'm a dual citizen. So there are people who are dual citizens who just claim I'm a US citizen, and that's it. But me, you ask me, even with my status, I will tell you I'm a Nigerian. I've never introduced myself as a US citizen. I'll tell you I'm a Nigerian. And I do it with all confidence and pride. Barrister, what's your take on that video?
Well, you have to understand that people are actually happy to be Nigerians. In spite of the contradictions that we have, internal contradictions, people would rather have a Nigeria if these problems can be resolved. Because we are big, we are proud, we are the largest black nation on earth. Wherever Nigerians go outside Nigeria, they excel, be it in science, in sports, in any field you can think of. That shows that the problem is not with the Nigerian person. It's not the blood. It is the contradiction, it's the administrative contradictions in Nigeria that are holding us back. Nigerians have gone outside the US, Britain, in football, in science, in whatever field you can think of, and they have excelled. They have competed favorably with every nation on earth. So it is something to be proud of, to belong to a flag. In spite of the criticism, in spite of the problems we have, that if we can put ourselves together, we can challenge the whole world. That's where the pride even comes. If we can just manage our affairs in Nigeria and put ourselves together properly, I don't think any nation, we can challenge the whole world. Is proud to be, and when you are outside, and particularly in sport, remember that we have a saying that Nigeria is only Nigeria when it comes to sports,
Yeah.
where the whole country unites under the flag when it comes, no matter the dispute, the disagreement, the quarrels, the killings, when it comes to sports, Nigerians are one. And that should give us a lesson That should show people a lesson that we can be one. But we must resolve the issues that are pulling us apart. That is a gesture of nationalism. That is a gesture of patriotism. And Osimhen, for one, has always been like that. Again, you must understand that some of these people are a bit privileged. They do not, even within Nigeria, they do not go through what the average Nigerian go through because of their status as a footballer of international repute. Nobody can stop him at the airport. Nobody can stop him on the road. When they recognize that it's him, the police will not mess him up when they recognize that it is him. Unlike the average Nigerian, they at that level have a lot to be proud of, whatever way you look at it. Not just being Nigerians, but they actually, personally, hardly have the kind of experience that the average Nigerians have when they're in Nigeria. And abroad too, because of their status, they have that respect, even in their host countries, even where there's racism. You cannot just take away excellence from somebody that is performing at peak level, beating your own people anyhow. If the racism itself becomes diminished when you see somebody like that. So I am proud of him. We want a lot of, look at the UK. You can count over 200 Nigerians that are footballers in UK. Most of them don't even want to be identified with Nigeria. Most of them refuse to play under the flag of Nigeria. They have chosen other countries to play under their flags. But look at one of the best, one of the very best. Somebody that today all the clubs, the big clubs in the world are angling to sign at fantastic amount. He is still proud to be Nigerian. That is worthy of commendation.
Yeah, honestly, that is just it. Like I said, that was just that guy won my heart. I didn't know him that much. I only hear his name. I didn't even know his. If I see him on the road, I wouldn't I can't actually recognize him. So that is just what when I that thing I just came across that video, and that was impressive to me. And let me be frank with you. I think you said something. One of the reasons why he did that was because he's doing well, so or whatever. Let me be frank with you. I've met some people here that are doing well. They feel some of them feel bitter against the Nigerian nation. They don't like to identify themselves as Nigerians because they will tell you. I say, what's your problem? I say they will tell you, look. That nation, what I am today, this country gave me the US gave me what made me to become what I am today. Where was Nigeria when US was doing all this or whatever? I left my father nation to actually be here. If Nigeria had treated me well, I wouldn't be here. So Nigeria didn't give me anything. US gave me everything. So why do I have to claim to be be a Nigerian? When I can only you can't be my people, and sometimes it makes sense to me because you cannot be my adopted. If you are my adopted father and you did everything for me to become what I am, I became something through my adopted father. And you, that is my biological father, where were you? You abandoned me. You abandoned me when I was an infant. And today I've become something great because somebody, when you threw me on the street, and what happened? The adopted father picked me up and took care of me. And today you want to come back as my biological father to reap where you did not sow, sort of. So that's just the analogy today. That is just analogy to this. That is just the reality. So what they say sometimes it makes sense to me, but unfortunately that is not who I am. Yes, I understand that Nigeria failed all of us, and it's still failing all of us, even up to this moment. But at the same time, your biological father is your biological father. You just can't take anything away from him. While you are allowed to scold him, to yell at him, to shout whatever, call him whatever. But at the same time, you have to forgive your biological father to understand some things. Understand probably what he passed, what happened, and that is just it. That's just the reality.